Alright, guys, so we got something a little different today. We're not going to be doing a review today. I mean, maybe I'll do one today for later that we got button up, but maybe bags. Maybe? Uh, yeah, so stay tuned. But yeah, I love bags. But yeah, no, so today, like was just saying, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to be doing a pocket dump, and we're going to be looking at my personal EDC. I haven't done one of these in like half a decade. But some things have changed, some have not. A lot of it is going to be exactly the same, except for maybe the pocket knives, multi tool. Those are always rotating out, but that is like a big part of the EDC. And yeah, so for those of you who don't know, EDC is everyday carry, and it's items you keep on your persons every day that help you with your day to day chores, whether it's at work or at home, out in the world. Yeah, it's just stuff you keep on your person to be ready for whatever. But yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so today, like I said, we're going to be looking at my pocket dump and my EDC, the stuff I carry on me on a day to day basis. And I don't know where to start. This is a new to me item. These are the Skull Candies JLab Trues. I got the Nerf Dart specials. These are a really nice upgrade to the indies. These automatically connect. They're super compact, which I really like. These let's see, about the size of a chapstick, just a little taller. And so for keeping these in my pocket on a day-to-day basis, it's just been amazing in the compact size itself. The only thing I'm not really a big fan of is the battery indicator. So I charge it all the time anyway, just in case. But yeah, I really like these. These actually do have a lot more bass than the indies, the ones I had before. And then before that, I had I can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, not important, but yeah. So I'm really liking these Skull Candy Jib Trues. They're pretty nice. And then I guess next, another big thing I carry on a daily basis is the Leatherman Wave. Really nice multi-tool. The thing that stands out that I really like the most is that you have, scissors. Um, and then the outside tools. I'm pretty sure you've seen all this if you're into EDC. But yeah, this is an amazing multi-tool for, it's kind of spendy, and it's heavy. This thing is super heavy. It's chunky. This thing is huge. Again, but this is one of my favorite multi-tools ever, and this is the one I daily. I have two. I keep a rebar, a stainless rebar in my backpack as a backup, and that one used to be my main one until I picked this one up, and I just completely switched over to this one. The file on it is super cool. You got the diamond file and the serrated file on there. It also has the notcher on it. Great multi-tool. If you can afford it, yeah, I'd say pick this guy up. The only thing I'm not a fan of on this is I've had this for at least 3 years, and the pliers is still stiff. I know everyone's like, oh, that means it'll last longer. I was like, that's nice, but I give up some life to have them a little easier. Especially if you're using this on a small bolt or a small nut. Like opening and closing it, trying to, I know it's not ideal, but if you ever had to, it'd be nicer to have a little more free movement in the pliers. But great multi-tool. For a wallet, I've been using the Rossum Rossum wallet clone of the Ridge wallet. I haven't owned a Ridge wallet. I just got this because I didn't want to spend $100 on a wallet. But I've been loving it so far. You can swap this out for a pocket clip. These screws just unbolt, swap it out. Super easy. But I prefer the elastic band with these little rubber knobbies. Holds anything in place, whether it's money. I keep my door card for work on the outside there. I've loaded this thing up with up to 9 to 12 cards, and it's been super easy to use. But yeah, no, I prefer these minimal wallets to the big double or trifold wallets. Yeah, just carrying cards and something simple. Especially because I like to keep my wallets in my front pocket. I love minimal wallets. For a watch, this is slowly taking over my Casio. This is just some cheap off-brand smartwatch I got off Amazon for $50. You got your music controls. You got your weather, camera control, music controls. Tells you all your health stuff. Actually has all the little monitors and stuff in there. And yeah, I've been dailying this thing and wearing almost exclusively this watch since I got it back in December, maybe. You can swap the faces on it. But yeah, no, I mean for $50, I really like this watch. I think it's pretty good. It's got an aluminum bezel on it. That's partial plastic, and then I just put a little plastic protector on there. So this thing is super durable. Super nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are pretty generic, so if you go on Amazon, look up Smartwatch, they'll have this under 50 different names. My work provided box cutter. This is, I'd like to say I only wear it to work, but if it's clipped in the pocket after work or so, I mean it's usually on me. But yeah, it's got a little hook cutter, the box cutter, tape cutter. Yeah, it comes with a little sheath and a belt clip. Yeah, nothing much to say that, just regular box cutter. Chapstick, I always have chapstick. I just started using chapstick a couple of years ago, but I love it now. That is and this also has survival attributes to it too. You can add this to whatever you're using as a tinder, and it'll help burn a little hotter and longer. We'll talk about that if I ever talk about my car fire kit. Lighter. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but I still carry a lighter. Just a Bic lighter in an aluminum case. Anyway, and then recently, like I said, it depends on the day, but recently I've been using this Tucson Tonto in D2. I did chip the tip. Probably being stupid. But yeah, it's on bearings, titanium scales. It does have a steel insert. So you have steel on steel for the lockup. Made a fancy little lanyard for it. Tip down. Or sorry, tip up. But yeah, ever since I've had this thing, I really liked it. I don't think Tucson makes this anymore, but they do have a million clones of this knife on Amazon, so you could probably still find an exact clone of this from another company on Amazon. Probably still for around $40-$30 or whatever. This is one of my fidget toys. I'm usually not a fidget toy person, but I really like this one. I think it's called a Beglary. I made this one myself. It's got some steel beads on the inside of these outer skull steel beads tied together on two sides, and you basically just whip them around. It's hard to do one-handed or under the screen, but yeah, you could just do a lot of little flip tricks. I mean, it's a lot easier to use this in a ballet song or a butterfly knife in public and not freak people out, you know what I mean? So I really like this for boredom. This one's also nice too. I got this one super cheap from Walmart, but this is also a pretty satisfying one for pretty cheap. But yeah, so I do carry some fidget toys and pocket trash. And this little guy, I did do a short on, but I guess we can talk about it again. I forget the name of the model. Oh, the Rovoy, but I don't remember which model it is for a flashlight. But I've been really digging this flashlight. It's slowly taking over my main flashlight. And then small box cutter, pry bar, and then this is a new addition to this keychain, which is a little cable for your phone. So it's got Type-C lightning cable, and then if you look, there's a little notch there, which this lightning cable will also act as a micro USB. And then from the charging side, you have either USB or Type-C. And this has been a lifesaver. I love having this thing, especially their magnetic closure. So like just having this on this little keychain is amazing. And then last of the stuff, my favorite pen is always a zebra pen. So this one is the gel version of the G301 instead of the F301. So I think that just means it just comes with the gel insert. And then I double that with Write in the Rain notepad. And then, yeah, so this is either work tasks or shopping lists or whatever. I just like having a notebook on my person. And then I also carry a Sharpie, a little permanent marker. And, yeah, so that's my EDC. Those are the things I keep on my person on a daily basis. If you got any questions or if you want to see a little more in-depth look at any of these items in the video, we can do that. Since it's right here, I could talk about one of my rotations. So one that I usually almost always have is the Benchmade 550 Griptilian. I do love this knife, super lightweight. The Spidey hole and the Spidey flick on this is amazing. The action on it's super good. Again, lanyards. I like having lanyards because with tip up, it's easier to dig things out of the pocket. But yeah, so most of my knives do have lanyards on them, but this is almost always the everyday. This one I just threw in this last week just to kind of switch things up, swap it out, do something a little different. But yeah, so that's my EDC. But if I'm ever being lazy, the core of my EDC is this. No matter what, I will at bare minimum have this in my pocket. Flashlight, multi-tool, knife, watch. On top of wallet, phone, keys. We didn't talk about my keys, but I guess we could talk about that later. But yeah. Yeah, this is my EDC setup, and this was my pocket dump. So tell me what you guys like. Tell me what you want to see. Is there anything in here you want a more in-depth look at, and anything you want to talk about? We can review any of the stuff on the table here, but yeah, just drop it in the comments. I'm not gonna be like with those guys who like, comment, and share, because you're an adult. Do what you want. All right, guys, you have a good one.